And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and I'm back with another market video. So you may be saying to yourself, what is going on with the market? Why are you doing a market video on a Wednesday for seemingly no reason? Well, there's a lot of market stuff to talk about. So right off the rip, I'm going to talk about XP, and specifically the clue challenge that we just got. Oh, by the way, wanted to specify this real quick. The Westbrook 14 boards challenge, it has to be the same Westbrook card. Like, I just want to specify that because I just didn't click in my mind. So if you are alternating for whatever reason between multiple Westbrook cards, each card itself has to get 14 rebounds. So if I play a triple threat game with the Diamond Westbrook from the retro set and I get like 3 rebounds or whatever, and then I go play a unlimited game or a TTO game with the Opal limited Westbrook, like, those rebounds do not correlate. So it has to be the same Westbrook. Just wanted to point that out in case anybody was confused as to why they weren't getting the XP counters. So we got a new series of XP today. Obviously we got our dailies, pretty easy stuff. You can get cards for around 900 MT at the cheapest if you want to go do that. Domination by 5, 6 dunks by any small forward, whatever. We got our week 1 clue, which I was under the impression that it would give us some sort of actual clue when finishing it. It doesn't seem to be doing that at all, so I'm guessing the clue seems to be in the wording of the challenges. So we got small forward dunks, 3 dunks with a small forward in a single game, pretty easy. Off the bench, 7 assists, small forwards in a single game, fine. Get 9 rebounds with power forwards over multiple games versus the Rockets. Career high points, score 40 points with power forwards in a single game. So basically read small forward dunks off the bench versus the Rockets, career high points. Yeah, I mean, realistically this could be anything. People are basically speculating that it's either Kelly Oubre Jr. or Robert Horry. What that has to do with anything, I'm not entirely sure. I'll probably play like a triple threat game with like an Oubre and a Robert Horry later just to see if it does anything. I just highly doubt it will. Maybe you had to do this with those cards, but I don't think that's the case whatsoever, because I feel like I've already seen people say they're doing that and it's not doing anything. So it is what it is, but I think it mainly has to do with probably week 1 classified, like the classified card we're getting. That seems to be what I'm guessing here is what it's going to be. So one of those two guys is probably going to be the week 1 classified card if people are correct about what it means. I'm guessing it means a bench guy who dropped 40 points, 9 rebounds, and whatever assists off the bench. So 7 assists, 9 rebounds, 40 points. Versus the Rockets at some point. Like, trying to Google that is like way too much work. It would make sense for it to be Robert Horry, but like I said, I'm not entirely sure. And there's no point in like sitting here making 9 speculation videos on the thing. I'll just address it real quick. Like, I don't think it's really that big of a clue. I just don't know, man. But what I will say is I saw someone on Twitter, I would credit them, but I honestly forgot to write down their name, say that if it does end up being Robert Horry, there's speculation that it could all be Kobe teammates, which so far correct. I mean, the first card we got was Tyrone Lue, like that's like a secret card, and then obviously like if it's Robert Horry, then it would actually lend credence to that. That being said, like, I haven't tried everything to get this Tyrone Lue, but I thought I was onto something with the step over game. So I replicated Allen Iverson's like complete stat line. Like, I looked it up quarter by quarter, shooting percentage. I literally made sure it was the exact same. Even stopped scoring. You know, after I scored the appropriate amount of points per quarter, shot the same, etc. Like, that didn't work. I was really reaching on that one. I don't know. I felt like I was a little ripped, whatever. But the market is kind of interesting right now. If you guys have any of these cards, it's not a terrible idea to sell them. I just sold a Emerald Kelly Oubre for 11,000 MT, which is, don't go buy Kelly Oubre for 11,000 MT. Like, his price really isn't going to go very much if it is revealed you need him for a certain challenge or something. It's still going to stick around 10 or 11k for an Emerald. Kelly Oubre, like, potentially it goes up, but we're also getting packs on Friday with you know, 2K's pack odds, I'm sure a lot of people will draw Emerald, Kelly Oubre's, so it'll probably stick around 10, 11K. This is the one that's kind of sketchy, though, because if we do end up needing a Robert Horry card, like, yeah. The clutch Robert Horry is all we really have. So this card's going for a pretty good amount. If you don't really care about this mystery or anything, it's not a terrible idea. You can guarantee yourself 10,000, or you could wait till Friday, and if he is involved in this, his price will probably go up a little bit. But I think it's probably a safer idea to guarantee yourself 10,000. If you have any unopened clutch packs in your packs or whatever, yeah, go open those now and see if you can stack up on Robert Horry's. It's one of the easier cards to pull in that set, so that's not a terrible idea to go try out. I wish they had the token market. Well, no, I don't really wish they had the token market open, because then these cards would be worthless, essentially, if you could just rip them with tokens. So, yeah, wait, no. Not get VC. Rewards. Token market still isn't open. I still haven't got the glitch market to open. I'm not really, like, too worried about it. Honestly, it'll happen if it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I've given up being stressed out about it. Another Kelly Oubre is if you didn't lock in any of the 21 sets and you, for whatever reason, have some of these cards. He's over on the Suns. He's gold. I think he's going for around the same price. Potentially more. That's why I sold all my Emerald ones. I have this one locked in, so it doesn't really matter. But you can get about 12K for this Kelly Oubre as well. And Kelly Oubre hasn't gotten a card. I personally just think he's going to be a reward on Friday. Like, he's going to be the classified pink diamond if it's him, or it'll be Robert Horry. Which, Robert Horry's cool. I'm down with that, whatever. Other than that, like, the market does have some pretty interesting stuff right now. Happening, period. If you look, like, we got those mystery packs. A lot of people did open them. There were strange cards in them. Like, Opal Michael Jordan was in those packs for whatever reason. So he's going for relatively cheap. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see him go right around 100K. I don't think he goes by it now just because he's MJ. And he's still a fake-ass card. Like, still very good. And a lot of them are badged up with, like, unlimited contracts, unlimited shoes, and stuff like that. But as you can see, there's a lot of them up. And you can see a lot of one contract, no shoe, no badge edition Jordans. So you can tell a lot of people were actually drawing these. And to my knowledge, I'm not 100% sure what else was in the packs. Like, I don't know. Giannis's price has gone way up, like I said it was going to. Like, I knew people were going to panic sell their pink diamond Giannis's. I should have bought one, but the other reason he's going up is because of how helpful he is in, you know, domination. So I'll probably pick one up for around like 70K just because I'll end up selling him back, and he'll be worth it to get domination done. Lonzo Ball's price has gone up as well because he's very helpful for domination. Any of the domination cards, strangely, all the ones Bio 2K mentioned in his video have gone up in, like, absurd price spikes for no reason. I'm guessing Ben Simmons is expensive too. I'm just not entirely sure on that one. Yeah, you know what? I'll check it out. Why not? Let's hit the Inferno set. What's Ben Simmons up to? Because Ben Simmons legitimately is one of the best cards for domination. And yeah, he's up at like 90K. I'm not paying that, but still, not a bad idea. LeBron's still down? Nah, he's back up. The mystery players, like, I'm not going to go into them too much. I did a little bit during my pack opening. Darius Garland is probably, in my opinion, one of the best amethyst point guards available. I think he's better than, like, Smush Parker. Smush Parker just has a better jump shot. Dinwiddie's fine. Like, he's pretty okay. Vooch is pretty solid. He's not terrible. I don't really think he's... If you can get him for around 20 or so K, like, he's a pretty solid guard, very good defender, good post player. Like, he'll help you in some aspects, but I don't think he's really, like, a top center in this game. I like him, though. Dominique is good. I haven't played with him as of yet, but I did use the pink diamond constantly earlier in the beginning of the year, so not much has changed there. And with current gen rim running being the meta, and now apparently on next gen contact dunks being, like, absolutely unstoppable, Dominique's probably pretty good. I don't think you should go spend over 100K for him just because we're going to get a lot better cards, and he's not the best shooter in the entire world. I mean, he's, like, very okay, but he's not great. Still a good card. I just don't think you should go spend a bunch of MT on it. Like I said, nobody knows how to get, what's his name, Tyrone Lue. Like, no one has any idea, and it's in all likelihood no one will figure it out for a while. But that's something that I've speculated on since, honestly, since yesterday. Like, it's something that just kind of dawned on me yesterday. Is, like, this is where the 150K XP, right? My thing is, At this point, I would say majority of the player base is up around probably somewhere between level 15 to level like 30, right? Like majority of the player base. Even guys who just get on and play for like a few hours a couple times are probably above level 10, right? So the 150k makes sense because it'll jump you straight up to J.R. Smith. But by the time majority of these people, like, not these people, myself included, like majority of the time people figure out how to unlock this code, I feel like it's going to be one of those things where a lot of people will be either really close to JR or even like have J.R. Smith or at least Art Gilmore at that point, right? So I wonder if this 150k XP has to do with something else, right? Like, I wonder if maybe there's a card even above J.R. Smith, you know? Because, like, I'm not even trying that hard for XP. Like, I'm really not. I'm just kind of, sorry about that. I'm just kind of playing the game, hanging out, whatever, just trying to get the glitch market open up because I want Frank Nicolita so bad. And I'm already basically at 28. And I didn't even pull any of the high tier cards really from Radioactive set. We've only had one set out. I'm already almost at level 30. A lot of the bigger content creators are above level 30 at this point. So I'm wondering if this has something to do with something that's even beyond JR. And yeah, that's something I kind of speculated on for a while because JR was the level 40, player. And he's not really that popular of a player. He kind of makes sense for a level 40 reward. But if you think back to like the level 40 rewards we've gotten this year, like we got some relatively large names. Like we got Curry Season 1 to get everyone excited about XP. Then we got Blake Griffin, who ended up being the best big men for like a solid amount of time. Probably longer than most big men will be the best big men in this game. Was how long Blake Griffin was like the best big man. Then we got Dwayne Wade, who Dwayne Wade's obviously a huge name, and he's a guy who sells packs, so it was kind of interesting that they put him in there. And then we got Kawhi Leonard, who Kawhi Leonard sells packs on his own. Like, you don't need to throw him at the level 40 reward. He sells packs, right? David Robinson's about what I expected to be in a level 40 reward at this stage in the game. This is 2K's like money season, so somewhere around basically tax time until basically like June is when 2K makes the majority of its money. So I expected like David Robinson to be there, but J.R. Smith, although he's a good card from all appearances, it's just like I have 122,000 left, which is still a lot, but by the time I end up getting the 150, if it's even available to me, I'll probably be around like level 34, probably level 33, somewhere around here. So, like, I'm getting 150k. It would make more sense if it was for J.R. Smith, if it was a 50k one. Like, then it would make a lot of sense. Because then I could be, like, right here and be like, oh, sweet. Like, I basically have J.R. now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speculating. I guess it really doesn't matter. But we'll look at some other cards that look to have fallen in value. Just because of the pack release yesterday. It was, like, a very weird pack release. I don't really know what was in it, but we can kind of tell via the market. Yeah, Allen Houston wasn't in it. I know that the Markets was in it. You can get him for about 7K. Still a pretty good center for that price at this point in the game. I think like guys like Maxi Kleber are a little bit better, but yeah, my man Steve Francis was not in there. Just a weird pack, and I think that's what they're going to do from Tuesdays, is they're just going to have these mystery packs that have like a bunch of random cards in it, like maybe a couple random opals, maybe one or two in addition to the mystery opal, and then a few pink diamonds, a bunch of diamonds. I know that like Brooke Lopez was in those packs last night. I want to say this dude was in there as well, because I've seen a lot of him pop up. I think Derek Coleman was in there. I could be wrong. There's just so many Derek Colemans up right now that I know he was available in the token market, so a lot of people had a lot of Derek Colemans, but there's just like way more than there was a few days ago. So it would appear that Derek Coleman may have been in the packs as well. We're going to be seeing that for the rest of the season. Now, tomorrow I could see us getting some moment stuff, so pay attention to the NBA top performance over the last like few days, just to try to prep for that. A lot of people made a lot of MT on Westbrook and stuff, so that could be you as well. Just kind of depends, like, if you speculate and guess right. That's like a big, tough sell, man. I always try to speculate and guess these things, and it just doesn't work out. I wish they'd bring back the NBA this day on history thing. That'd be cool. But we could see some moments cards tomorrow. like I said, I think that we will still see like some sort of Moment Super Pack at some point. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I'm hoping we get some more Pelicans players in the Moments packs. We'll see. Some of you guys in the Pelicans, I'm looking at you, Jackson Hayes. Is he still on the Pelicans? I honestly don't even know. I had to look at their roster. I'm just looking for more Pelicans guys for the next Spotlight Sim series, because, like, desolate. Like, they have a desolate program, and I'm not really too stoked on it, so I'm just hoping that we get some more Pelicans players so I don't have to run that same dusty 7-man team that I ran last time. But as always, it has been your boy Cheap Ludes, and I will be back with more content as it comes in. I am doing the Squad Tip series, so stay tuned for that later tonight. I didn't get a chance to get it done yesterday because I got wrapped up in double vault opening. By the way, still didn't get Jerry Sloan. I just feel like I am shadow banned by 2K at this point from getting like any of the reward cards from the vault or the glitch market. I just feel like it's just not possible for me, or anything out of packs, I suppose. But hey, it is what it is. Check the description for all my stuff. I will be going live this week as well again, which will be pretty fun. So, as always, peace out.